All right. We're talking about the political context first. It's our first thing. Now, we need to know that the colonies largely govern themselves. Okay? So let's put this in our chart. We're going to make a chart here. We're going to fill this chart out. So colonies largely governed themselves. Now, the king in England had ultimate control. Parliament had ultimate control over the colonies. But in terms of the day-to-day affairs, the colonies ran themselves. They even had a court system. There was a colonial court system. We can put that here. Colonial court system. And the court system, it varied from colony to colony. So, for example, in Massachusetts, the courts enforced the religious beliefs of the Puritans because the Puritans were in charge, at least early on, in Massachusetts. And in different colonies, the courts would reflect the beliefs of those colonies. But it was still run by the colonies. It wasn't imposed by England. Right? Now, because of this, because the colonies largely governed themselves, and they have been doing it for a long time. Let's think about this. The colonies started early 1600s. So a lot of people in the colonies, most people, a lot of people, were born in the colonies. They were born and they were raised in the colonies. So a lot of colonists had few ties to Great Britain. Let's put that down. Many colonists had a few direct ties to England, to Great Britain. And they largely governed themselves. So when Great Britain eventually started to impose stricter controls, more controls on the colonies, a lot of the colonists resented that. So, wait a minute, we've been governing ourselves for a long time, in some cases over 100 years. In Virginia and Massachusetts, over 100 years they've been governing themselves, largely, mostly independent of England. So they said, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why are you stepping into our business? So this was the political context. We have about 2 million, 2.5 million people by the time we get to 1775. A lot of people in the colonies. They govern themselves. They have their own court system. They don't have a lot of ties. They don't have a lot of political ties, certainly. They don't have representation in Parliament. So if England's over here, Great Britain and the colonies are over here, they're kind of self-contained for the most part. And they resented it when England started to take an increased role in the governance of the colonies. Now that's the political context. Next thing is going to be economic context.